I spent 659 quid of my own money on the De'Longhi Rivelia coffee machine, and this is everything you need to know about it. We are going to cover the touchscreen, drinks options, the milk frother, what it's like to clean, and just the general overall experience really. So here goes. So starting with the touchscreen, it's got a 3.5-inch touchscreen monitor on the top, which looks awesome actually. It doesn't lag. You can still operate it when you've got wet fingers and stuff, and if you're in the kitchen and things. Very good touchscreen. And just like the UI in general, so the user interface, it's very intuitive, very simple. Like you've got 18 plus drinks options. Like it's a really good menu system actually. It's easy to customize as well. The milk frother, you've got a couple of settings and one to clean it. And the coffee strength as well. You can choose the intensity for the drink. When you choose those options, it will give you a prompt to say, do you want to save this drink settings for your next drink? Or you can choose not to and just say no, and it will just carry on the same settings and won't overwrite your profile, which is really useful actually, because you're particularly tired in the afternoon. You might want a double shot in your cappuccino rather than just a single, but it actually, at the end of the drink, even if it's done like a double shot for you, you can click the extra button on the touchscreen, then you can add another shot on top of that. So it's nice that you've got the customization there. It's also got something called bean adapt technology. It basically auto adjusts the machine based on the beans that you put in. So again, it's just one of those things you don't have to think about. You can buy any beans from anywhere and the machine will work the best way out to roast them for you. That's exactly what I want. I personally don't want to have to be changing settings just to get my coffee right. I just want it done for me. And I think that's what you're paying the money for here. In terms of reliability, we've had it for just over 6 months now actually. It hasn't stopped working. There hasn't been an error. The machine hasn't clogged. It's not randomly turned itself off. Like it's honestly, it has worked perfectly. I cannot knock it. It's a great product actually. And also what's nice is the machine gives you notifications because you've got a touch screen. It gives you notifications to tell you when to do the things. So if you need to top it up with water, it's got a sensor for that. If you need to empty the grinds container, there's a notification for that, and it will just tell you. So it takes away any ambiguity. When it needs to clean, it will tell you. Or descaling, or we haven't had to do that yet, but I don't think we're in a particularly hard water area. It's just nice because it just takes the thinking out of it. You can just enjoy the coffee and it will tell you when it needs some maintenance. So again, 10 out of 10 for me for that. And they've actually got a really clever little device for the drip tray, because when you turn it on and off, and when it auto shuts itself off as well, it pushes through boiling hot water 3 or 4 times just to clean it enough. So that's actually a really nice function, but obviously it means the drip tray fills up quickly. But it's actually got a little red floating device. So as the drip tray fills up with water, this device raises up as well. So when it's poking out of the drip tray, you know when to empty the drip tray, which again is just, it's a simple design, but a very effective one, and one that you're never going to get wrong, because you can very quickly see when it's right near the top because it's sticking right out. So again, it's well thought of, which is probably why it won, I think it won a design award in 2024. So in terms of cleaning, as I mentioned before, it pushes through boiling hot water at the start and end of every on and off cycle, so it keeps everything clean. The milk frother's got the same thing. It'll even tell you to turn it to the correct setting, the clean setting, and then push boiling hot water through there as well, so there's no milk in the pipes basically that's going to go off and then moldy. So again, it keeps itself clean without you having to ever check it, which is really nice. So design wise, I think it's a 1.1 litre water tank on the side of the coffee machine. That's a nice feature because on my previous machine, it was an Nespresso one, which was at the back, and we were forever pulling the machine forward, taking the water tank out, filling it up, then having to put it back. You inevitably spill a little sometimes, whereas this, you just go to the side of it, lift the lid, and we pour the Brita water jug in. That's it, fill it up, job done. And because it holds just over a litre, like you're not filling it up all the time, which again, low maintenance is just what you want. You can also adjust the spout height for the actual output of the coffee, I guess. So if you've got a particularly small cup, you can push it right down, or if you've got a large cup or a travel mug, you can pull it right up, so it's infinitely adjustable, and it's tight enough that it holds it in place no matter how micro your adjustments are, but loose enough that it's not an effort to move it up and down and therefore makes it jerky. So again, in terms of tension and torque, like perfect. And in terms of just the machine anyway, we've looked at previous bean to cup machines, and we were actually going to buy one. I can't remember the name of it now. We actually luckily took the measurements from the online posting and had a look and realized it was going to be enormous on our counter. So it's quite nice with this one because it's not a small coffee machine, but it's quite a compact bean to cup machine. So it doesn't take up too much room, and because it comes in grey, which matched our kitchen, I think there's a few other colours as well, but it blended really well into the kitchen. So in terms of the design, although it's got plastic and it looks like higher quality plastic and stuff stuff that's got that texture that makes it look a bit more premium, and it's got metal in the right places so it looks nice and shiny. It looks and feels like a premium product. Not something that would cost thousands, but I'd probably say in that £750 to £1,000 range. Like if someone saw it, they'd be quite impressed with how nice it looks. So it's a nice design. In terms of noise levels, look, they're not quiet coffee machines just by the nature of the fact that it's got to grind beans and then boil water through them. But compared to my Nespresso machine before, you don't realise how loud they are until you bought one of these. Like, I thought the bean to cup would make more noise, but actually it's quite suppressed in this machine. So whatever they've done to do that, they've done a really good job. Nespresso was far louder and it used to shake. My partner's parents have one as well still, and even that one shakes and makes a hell of a lot of noise, even if you're on the other side of the room. But with the Rivelia, you can make a coffee with the kitchen door open and it's not going to disturb the person upstairs. They'd probably still hear it if they were listening out for it, but it's not going to wake someone up. It's a pretty quiet machine for a bean to cup machine. The LatteCrema system is really good. You always get a nice bit of foam on the top of things. So the coffees are really nice actually. And the milk frother, you literally just push it on, it clicks in and clicks out. So when you're not using it, you can stick it in the fridge to keep it cold there, so when you need it the next time and it doesn't go off and things. And you can put a little spout there in place of the milk frother, just in case you want boiling water for a tea or something. So again, very well thought out. It just shows that someone's thought about all these things, like the day-to-day life cycle of the product, and it feels that way. There's not really a setting where I sit there and think, oh, that's a bit annoying that it does this, or a bit annoying that it does that. It just does everything really well. So I guess that takes us down to, who's this machine for? Well, if you're like us, you have multiple coffees a day, and I'm probably talking, if I'm having a lot, probably 6 coffees a day, but minimum of 3 or 4, and it really does make a difference. So if you're someone that likes coffee, you have a lot of it, the taste difference compared to Nespresso and the pods and stuff is quite significant, I would say, and my partner thinks so too. The Nespresso stuff tastes that bit more bitter, and I know people will probably say, oh well, it's the different kind of roast, but we've tried different intensities, and there's just the bean to cup. It's well worth it if you've got the money for it, because obviously it's not cheap, but I don't think it's expensive for what it is either. So if you like your coffees, you have multiple coffees a day, and you value a good coffee basically. So who's the machine not for? I guess the only people it's not really for, people that don't like coffee. No, I'm joking. Probably for people that are just having one coffee a day, maybe not even one, not that fussed about it, they're having it more for convenience than anything, in which case probably an espresso is easier. It takes about a lot less room, you stick it in the corner, quickly do a coffee, done. Whereas this, there's a bit more to it, you're choosing your drink and all that sort of stuff. So just if you're a coffee purist basically, so if you're someone that wants total control, obviously don't get this one. But for the people that want the convenience, it's all done for you, it cleans itself, you get really good coffee and noticeably better coffee than the sort of pods and capsules and things. I would say it's a great choice. Think about it this way, you go to a coffee shop these days, like a Starbucks or a Costa and things, you're paying a minimum of £5 per coffee. So you're actually ending up saving money. We were getting coffees in the town quite a lot, and it soon adds up. Like you can spend 11, 12 quid on a couple of coffees if you're having extra shots and things. So I think it's worth the money because you're getting really high quality coffee. You can even have iced coffee in there. In the summer, having an iced coffee, because we bought an ice machine as well, which I'll probably review on this channel as well because it's a really good product, but that's a nice feature to have. I guess if you want a premium, hassle-free, pretty much maintenance-free coffee machine, grab one of these. And obviously if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments and I'll answer them.